few days ago, a couple of friends and I went out for a ride on the trail. It was a lovely day. The horses were great. We were having a great ride. And we turned and went up this one trail, went up the hill. And as we were going up a hill, we come across a mountain biker flying down the hill. And mountain bikers are not a problem. Mountain bikers with earbuds are a problem because they cannot hear you telling them to look up. They're looking down so that they don't die, but what they don't realize is it looks like we're going to die when they come flying down straight at us. And he was about 20 feet away. There was a horse in front, then a middle horse off to the side a little, and I was behind with Chant. And she was yelling at him to stop. My friend was yelling, but he didn't hear it because he was wearing earbuds. And about 20 feet in front, he threw on his brakes. And of course, gravel, rocks go flying everywhere. The horse panics, whirls around, bolts, and runs headlong into Chant and I. And I've never had a headlong collision with a horse before, and I never want another one. And then the horse kept pushing, trying to run forward. She was so panicked, and she was trying to push Chant back downhill, and Chant's trying to keep her footing. And finally, Chant was able to whirl around and get out of the way so the other horse went ahead and bolted a little farther. In the meantime, Chant's head had came up, hit me in the face, and so I was a little bit rattled by that. But when she whirled around, I thought I was going to come off her right shoulder. And I felt her right shoulder come up and catch me a little bit. 2 or 3 inches is enough to catch you. I've never had that happen before, although I've heard tales of how that horses will try and save their riders from coming off. I think that was my first time I've actually experienced it. And long story short, everybody's okay. We all managed to survive just bruises and a little beat up and terrified. A couple of things happened from that experience. When I first met Chant, I wasn't looking for a horse. I had lost a horse, and I had just offered to volunteer at a couple of rescues, and this one had replied, so I went there, and I was just going to help work with this big herd of horses she had just got in. That they were nice horses, but they had just not been handled. So we went to the first pasture. I wasn't really interested in anything there. Nothing really reached out and clicked to me. And in the second pasture, there was a group of horses all huddled up together, and then there was a horse behind. I saw her head come up, go back behind her pole, and then come back down. And I just zoned in on that horse. So I got her out and was looking at her to see how engaging she was, if she was interested in connecting, and she was very engaging. She was so engaging that that's the horse I have now, Enchantress. And I didn't go to get a horse, but I remember thinking, I don't know why that happened so quickly after I'd lost my other horse. I was not intending to get another horse, but she signaled me, and when I went back in time, I actually experienced the knowing through intuition and pictures, I guess, that we were making an agreement. She was wanting her chance to be great. When I got her, she was represented as being 5 or 6 years old. Turns out she was probably between 9 and 10. The rescue had the paperwork mixed up. So to Chant, her life was passing her by, and she was looking for her chance, so eager for it. And I'm thinking, young, untrained horse, I'm older, and now I'm going to ride that. And so my agreement was, then you have to keep me safe. And after this incident that happened a few days ago, I really have been in awe at the power of that agreement, because I do believe it was my agreement with her, that her agreement she was going to keep me safe, that caused her to raise her shoulder and keep me from coming off and being trampled, pretty much. And it brought to light how important it is that we know our horses well, or that we know what we want from them, what our agreements are, where we're going. By knowing that, we also have a place to reconnect. We have a place to find common ground. It was really endorsing to my spiritual beliefs about how I use the horse as my compass to my own true north. And my own true north, I refer to that as being a place of soulful stability where I know who I am despite the outward world around me. That's a place where I'm whole, and horses are a sure way for me to get back to that point of stability, of spiritual and soulful stability, of being whole. I often wonder what it is they get from our agreement. I'm helping her to become an educated horse. I'm remiss in my agreement, as I said, but I am helping her make steps to do this. But I think they also trade out their gift as a compass, that place where we can meet them and find our own reset to wholeness. And in exchange, we offer them an invitation into this human experience. And I think by doing that, we give a voice to our horse. They've always been essential to my soul and my well-being, but now I understand a little bit more because I knew that agreement. I know what my commitments and my plans and my promises are. Because I know those things, I also know when I'm remiss. I found this so inspiring to understand that it's not just what the horse gives to me, but it's what I can give to them also. The more I know these things, the more the horse has more of a voice that represents their place in our life, their place in soulful evolution, their place in our spiritual journey. So I just wanted to share this video after this mind-altering experience that I had. If you'd like more interest or information on my work, you can visit my website, TrueNorthEquestrians.com. It's equestrians with an S, TrueNorthEquestrians.com. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe and stay connected with your horse.